One of the benefits that people tend to overlook when they think about preparedness or prepping is the fact that it can save quite a bit of money when you're building up your food storage. Most people think that in preparedness, we are preparing for the end of days or the apocalypse, right? That's the only thing that we are concerned with. But the truth is, a lot of these different disaster scenarios and things that we might face are on the lower end of the scale when it comes to severity or life-threatening situations. So today, I want to talk about how we can save 10, 15, 20, even 25% on our grocery bill each month as we build up our food storage. And one of the best things we can do is to shop at places like Sam's Club or Costco, depending on what you have in your area. I personally like Sam's Club, but it's really up to you what you prefer. Today, I want to go over some of the benefits of shopping at these stores that have larger items, bulk purchases, and require a membership. And I'll go over some of the benefits and some of the things I like at the end of this video. But before we get into that, I want to show you some of the things that I've found that are great for preparedness. And while most of these are food items, there are a few other things as well that Costco and Sam's sell. Electronics, generators, and things like that. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that you can find there, and then we will get into some of the benefits and why I think it's a no-brainer to get a membership to one of these stores. The first one I've got, you can go there and you can find bags of rice. And again, this is specifically for Sam's Club, but I'm sure that it's pretty similar regardless whether it's Sam's Club or Costco. But you've got the bags of rice. You've got the basmati rice. You've got the jasmine rice. We like the jasmine rice here. You can get the larger bags at Sam's Club than you can, say, at Walmart or anywhere else. So it's a great place to pick up some rice and add it to your food storage. You've also, along the same lines, you've got flour. You can get the bigger bags of flour. At Walmart or Safeway or wherever you shop, you may get the 5-pound bags, but sometimes it's pretty tough to find the larger bags depending on what they stock at the location near you. So it's a nice place to, while you're there getting some rice, get some flour as well. They've also got a huge assortment of batteries, and because in preparedness we use batteries so much, when you buy a 48 pack, or we don't mind buying a whole bunch of batteries, so you can save quite a bit of money rather than buying 2 or 4 batteries at a time. You grab 48 and you're good to go. They've also got cans of tuna, and they've got a few different kinds of these, but these are another one that you can save money just by buying 6 or 8 or even more at a time rather than buy the individual can. You can get the light tuna, the albacore tuna, whatever you decide, but it's a great place to grab a few cans of tuna, and they're all packaged together, so it's easier to stockpile. Another item that's great to get here, and this is for your food storage or your everyday use, is the bulk meats, whether you're talking about chicken, ground beef, or pork. You can get clearance deals at times and just buy a whole bunch of meat. Stock, if you've got a chest freezer, stock that freezer up. We have a harvest right here, so anytime I can get good deals on ground beef or chicken, I will do that because I can freeze dry that and store that for 25 years. But it's a great way to get these bulk meats, and if you can get them while they're on sale or on clearance, you can save quite a bit of money doing this. A couple other things I usually get while I'm there is the oils. We like the olive oil and the avocado oil. We use the vegetable oil from time to time, but we try to stay away from those. But if I'm frying things, I will use those. But you can get these and get a good deal there as well, a better deal than you can get at some of these other stores. So it's a great place to get some of these cooking oils depending on which type that you want. If you've got children, it's also a good place to get peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter specifically in preparedness. It's always good to have. Peanut butter is really high in protein and one of those really good survival foods that even if you had nothing else, it's got a lot of protein and vitamins and minerals in it. Now, peanut butter does go bad. I know some people say that it doesn't, but trust me, I've had peanut butter that's been a year or two past its best by date. and it was horrible. So maybe sometimes peanut butter doesn't go bad, but it could, and I'm not going to take the chance. But if you use it quite a bit, buying these larger containers of peanut butter and jelly can save you quite a bit of money throughout the year. They've also got several kinds of pastas. They've got this one kit right here, which is 3 different types of pastas. It's 6 1-pound bags of the pasta. What I like about this is it's really easy to store. Everything from Sam's Club or Costco is in a box. So just like this pasta right here, you've got 6 different pastas in here, and you can store quite a few of these. And the price per pound is a lot lower than what you would pay at Walmart or another store. Something else that we use quite a bit of, whether we are making chili or we are making spaghetti sauce, is the canned tomatoes and the tomato sauce. You can get large cases of these rather than, say, at Walmart or another store, you grab 1 or 2 cans. In preparedness, we know that the more you stockpile, the better. As long as you're going through these foods, we can stockpile quite a bit. And a store like this is great to do that because you can get a case of 12 of the canned tomatoes or the tomato sauce. You can get 2 or 3 cases, depending on how much you go through, and you will be set for quite a while. And along with the canned products, you've also got the soups and stews, and there are a few different kinds of these that they have there. They don't have the variety that some of your other box stores would have, but they do have once you figure out what they have and what they don't have, then you can decide what you're going to wait and go to one of these stores and buy and what you're going to go ahead and just buy at the other store. But the soups and the stews, the tomato soup, the Dinty Moore stews, even the corned beef and hash, which is basically the Dinty Moore and the corned beef or soup or meals in a can, which are great in preparedness because it's nice if they're heated up, but they don't require any cooking. You can just open them up, grab a spoon, and you are good to go right there. So all of these soups and stews and the corned beef and hash would be great to have to build up your long-term food storage, and great to have just in case money's tight one month or the next, and you've got quite a bit of this on your shelf. Next is a pretty big one for us anyway, and that's the coffee. Coffee, you can save a few bucks per can depending on what you get. And coffee to us is almost one of those things that's almost just as important as water. But there are a few different kinds of coffee that you can get at these stores. And you've also got the creamers, the syrups that you can use as creamer, and you've got the powdered creamers as well. So all of those shelf-stable things that you can use, and you can get those and save quite a bit of money and stockpile some extra. Then you've also got the canned fruits and veggies. They've got the corn and the green beans. That's what they had in stock the last time that I went, and sometimes they change. And again, it really depends on what your store has in stock. But you've also got the fruits and all the different things that we can buy. Again, instead of buying 1 or 2 cans of these, we can buy 1 or 2 cases of these, stack them up, and have a backup, and we can go through those just like they would at a restaurant or a grocery store, first in, first out, and those would never expire. What I do here, you've seen the picture of this shelf that I have down in my basement, and this is my staging shelf. This is before it goes to the kitchen. I've got another area in my house where I have all of the bulk foods that I've bought, and before it goes to the kitchen, it goes on this shelf, and then it goes upstairs. So you can figure out your inventory and rotation system, but once you do that, you can buy a lot of these bulk foods and store quite a bit. And speaking of storage, they've also got storage bins there. You can buy a couple of storage bins. I think they're, like $15, the ones at Sam's Club anyway. But storage bins, we can always find a use for. Storage bins and 5-gallon buckets and things like that. So it's nice you could get those there as well. And then also at these stores, a lot of the bulk medications, we can get the aspirins, the pain relievers, the Tylenols, the feminine hygiene products, a lot of different things that we can get there that we can buy in bulk. And if we use those quite a bit, which we should, then we don't have to worry about those going bad. Now, there are some things like the Imodiums or the Gas X or the things that we might not use as much. It may be better to get smaller quantities of those. But the pain relievers and the medications that last for a really long time, it's one of those situations that if we have the opportunity to bulk up and buy as much as we can or as much as we'll use, we may as well do that. And finally, you've got toilet paper and paper products as well, right? You know, in any sort of emergency or disaster, we may not want to be washing dishes. So having some paper plates, having some plastic forks and spoons and napkins and things like that would be really beneficial to have around. And toilet paper, all of us know, the more you can't have enough toilet paper stockpiled. The only limitation you have when it comes to toilet paper is where you're going to put it all. So you can get some pretty good paper products at these stores as well and save quite a bit of money. So like I said in the beginning, I want to go over why I think it's such a good idea to shop at these stores rather than the convenient, just going to the grocery store, because you can save around $1,000, depending on how much you shop, $1,000 to $2,000 a year. That's a lot of money. Now, these stores do have a membership fee. Sam's Club is $50 a year, and I think Costco's like $65 somewhere. It's pretty close to the same thing. But if you use it once a month, twice a month, you can easily make that money back. Plus, there is the gas. You can, at Sam's Club, you can also buy gas there. The Sam's Club that I go to is about 25 miles away from my house. So it's a long ways away, but it's worth it to me because I can, one, fill up the gas tank when I'm there at a discounted price, and the money I save when I get there is fantastic as well. So along with the groceries and other products, you can save quite a bit of money filling up your gas tank. And as I mentioned a couple times in this video, bulk purchases, you're going to be able to save money anytime you buy in bulk. So instead of buying a single can or two of something or a single container of coffee, if you can get 4 or 8 of those in one big pack, it's going to be a lot cheaper. 10 to 20% cheaper is what I've found at these stores. I've done a comparison between Walmart and Costco, and it turned out to be, about 20% of savings. And I just added a few different products here, but you can test this out yourself and you'll see that you'll save quite a bit of money. Along with the bulk purchases being cheaper, it's also easier to organize, like I mentioned earlier as well. You've got the cases that are packed together. So if you've got 4 cans or 8 cans or something inside of a box, it's easier to organize and store those rather than having a bag full of canned food and you've got 30 cans that you've got to organize and move around. It's a whole lot easier to organize this stuff. And then one cool thing, and I'm not sure about Costco, but with Sam's Club, they've got the app, which is fantastic because you can go in there and you can look for, it'll tell you deals and it'll tell you which ones of those deals are available at your store. And you can basically add those to your cart or save that deal for like 30 days. So you don't even have to get off your couch and you can find some coupons and then go to the store and use those. They've also got the scan and go, which is really convenient because I used to hate going into these stores and, having to sit in the long lines and get all your stuff. And then it was just a big hassle to get out. With this scan and go app, you basically scan as you put them into your cart or do like I did. And I found a nice quiet spot. And I just started scanning everything that was in my cart right there. And then all you do is you walk out to the door, you show the attendant your barcode, and you are good to go. It really is really simple. So if you find these deals and these coupons before you go, and then you use this app while you're there, it makes it just really convenient, really easy. You're saving money. With me, I almost feel guilty about not, if I go to the store and get something rather than taking the trip to Sam's Club, I almost feel guilty like I'm wasting money. And these days, with how uncertain everything is, it's really important that we pay attention to what we're buying, when we're buying it, and what the prices are doing. I recently did a video where I went out and bought a number of different products just because, and I listed the prices, and I want to see in a couple of months how those prices have changed, whether they've gone up or gone down, because with all the tariffs and all the uncertainty right now, it really is tough to tell. So by going to Sam's Club and paying attention to what things are going up and what things are staying the same, what prices are going down, we can really save quite a bit of money. If you want to watch that video, make sure and subscribe to the channel. You can watch that video here. I will be doing that update in a month or so. But with that, I am done here today. Take care and prepare, everyone. We'll talk to you all later.